Dear audience, in this special segment of Research Digest podcast, we'll talk about the career opportunities for scientists. More specifically, opportunities for biological and biomedical scientists. We'll explore all different career paths, the pros and cons of each of those careers by meaningful conversation with scientists working in those sectors. Today, we'll talk about biotech and industry jobs from North American perspective. And for that, I have a special guest today who has experience in several biotech companies. His name is Safiqul Russell. Welcome, Russell bhai.
Thank you so much, Vanna. Thank you so much once again for inviting me.
So I know you have been to many different places, academia, industry. You have done a lot of different things. So uh, for everyone, please briefly share your career journey.
After completing my master's in biochemistry and molecular biology from University of Dhaka, I joined one of the reputed pharmaceuticals company in Bangladesh called Aristo Pharma Limited. After almost 1.5 years, then I moved to Square Pharmaceuticals Limited, and I was there for 2.5 years. And after that, I got scholarship to pursue my PhD in Japan. And then after completing my PhD from Kumamoto University, Japan, I come as a postdoc in Weill Cornell Medicine, Cornell University in New York City. I was postdoc in Cornell University for more than 2 years. Then I decided to move to industry as I have previous experience in industry, although it was in Bangladesh almost 4 years. Because I feel like academia is not the right place for me, the way I think, the way I want my career. Then I joined in a biotech company. This is kind of medium type biotech company called NU Biochem. They're popular for their qPCR and ELISA kit. It was in Long Island, New York. Uh, I worked there 1.5 years. Then I moved to Maryland in another biotech company called Catalent. And in the meantime, actually, I realized my special interest is in quality control, and I really love documentation and quality controls. So I joined in Catalent as a senior scientist, quality control. Uh, and recently, I moved to another biotech company, also known as CRO company called Lonza. Here, I am working as senior QC specialist. So it's almost 4 months I'm with Lonza.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so my first question is, you have worked in an academic setup and also you have worked in an industry setups in different biotechs. So if I ask, what are the major differences in terms of work environment, work pressure?
Okay. First of all, I want to say this answer can vary person to person. It's actually depends on personality and what you like, what you don't like. But for me, work-life balance is very important, and I feel in academia I was unable to do that. And also, uh, another important thing is career growth. I feel like academia was saturated when I was in academia. Even still now, I feel it's saturated. But in industry, I feel career growth is much more better than academia. And also, another important thing is like after uh, completing your PhD and when you have family and kids, to me, money is also very, very important thing. So at the end of the day, we really want a good amount of money in our paycheck to paycheck, right? So I feel like industry-wise payment is very good, and you have option to switch your job frequently. But in academia, I feel like when I was postdoc, uh, end of the year increment was very poor, I would say. And also
Mhm.
work life balance wise, like I have to go most of the time Saturday Sunday for research purpose, and I feel like I cannot spend good time or quality time with my family. So everything I feel like in my case, my personality, my like work life balance, and all other things, and like if I think about me, my career growth, everything kind of aligned with industry than academic. In industry, we have actually different thing department, like quality control department, manufacturing department, R&D. So R&D is kind of very similar to academia, and that is also very specific and precise. That, for example, if you work on any product development, so this product can be in the market within a year or like within 4 or 5 years. But in academia, I feel like some of my project failed, and I can imagine this some of my project outcome may come to the market or directly impact people maybe after 30 or 40 years. So I personally I don't like. I want like immediate effect. I know some people can disagree with me. It's completely okay. If you feel like you are good for academia, then it's your personal choice. But in industry, you also have option to do research. You also have option to do troubleshooting. I'm also although I'm working in quality control, my 40-50% work still troubleshooting. And my role is like that. When anyone will be like supervisor, manager, or senior level, they have to do troubleshoot like academia as well. But that is much more specific, and you can see result within couple of months or within year. But in academia, we generally see final outcome after several years or even like after decades. So that's another difference.
Okay. My next question is for someone who is graduating very soon or have just graduated very recently. So, what will you say? What are the major uh, major component of a strong application? How can someone improve and make a good package application package when they want to try for industry?
That is actually very important question, I would say, and that's the main part actually. Finding job is, I would say, another job. It's kind of another full-time job. You have to spend a lot of time. No exception on that. And sometime maybe some of your friend can help, like some connection or your communication skill can help you. Some recommendation may help you, but for big company or even like medium sized company, definitely you have to be prepared a lot. For example, you must have to have good LinkedIn profile. uh, I would say like you should have 500 plus friend, I mean connection. Even a couple of 100 200 300 also may work, but I would say like to show that you are very communicative, you are very active, something like that. And very well organized LinkedIn profile is the first step, I would say. This doesn't mean that if you don't have LinkedIn profile you will not get job. You may get, but that is kind of like standard way of getting a job. First of all, you have to have very good LinkedIn profile, very well organized CV or resume or whatever. uh, and I would say you can check different person LinkedIn profile, then you can make a short list and you can
Right.
update your LinkedIn profile in that way. And also your CV have to be very clear, and I would say within 2 page. That's kind of standard. Some people say 3 pages, but I would say don't cross 2 or 3 pages. Ideal is 2 pages CV. And also when you see a job job circular, you will take this as a kind of like blueprint, and
Okay.
you may have to customize your CV as per job description. Maybe you are kind of like, let's say in a job circular it's mentioned 10 different type of technique, but you are familiar with 6 or 7. That is kind of like 60-70% you are capable to do that. And I would say you have to cover or other 3 or 4 technique that you are not familiar with. You can search YouTube and Google, and you should include that in your CV too. But if you
Right.
think, okay, you are not capable to do all this technique, then I would say you may think for another job. But still, I would recommend to apply this kind of maybe your second option. But when you see any job circular that is kind of 80-90% match with you, I would say update your CV and apply in such a way show that you knows almost 100%.
Okay.
And
So
so
regarding regarding CV, I have an additional question. So you said it's better to be to keep it in 2 pages, maybe maximum three, but it's difficult to include everything in 3 pages. So, in your opinion, what do you think are the important part of the CV that we should definitely keep, and what are the optional things that we can exclude if needed?
okay, so for a fresh graduate who just completed PhD, definitely that person don't have option to show his like industry experience fast, right? So in such a case, I would say, uh, let's say a specific job circular. They mention like qPCR, Western blot, this type of some basic molecular biology technique, including cell culture, something like that. I would say highlight your PhD with this technique at the beginning. So your
Okay,
education can be in the first, but you have to always remember that the job circular is kind of like your blueprint. You have to
okay,
cover
okay.
all the keyword in your CV. So and definitely it's better if you cover in the first page. Let's say your CV is 2 pages CV. Okay, so you must have to cover all the key word from the job circular. That is very very important. And for fresh graduate like who completed just PhD, if he or she has some experience in the industry, like working as a co-op or like volunteer, she can include that. But similar experience you have to include in the beginning. Like
So should I include publication list of publications and conference attendance or presentations, those things?
you definitely can, but make sure some people have like 20 publication, 15 publication. I don't think you have to give all the publication list over there. You may include like top 5, or you can
Okay,
you can add Google Scholar link, something like that. The most important thing is when you apply for a job, you have to have. I always prefer customized CV. It's tough, I know, like for one job application you have to prepare one CV, but it's kind of I would say you may have a general CV, but you always have to edit for specific job. That is very important
okay,
because nowadays yeah, they some organization use AI tools. If they don't find any keyword, and if you just apply for applying, then it will not work. So I would say when you apply, take your time, edit your CV or resume,
mm,
whatever, for specifically for that job. Then you should apply for. It's better to write at the beginning, in the top or in the bottom of your CV, that if you have green card, you can write like I have PR, like I am permanent resident. I no visa sponsorship is required, something like that. Or if you are like if you have like option like F1 OPT, you may mention also that no visa sponsorship is required, because nowadays job market is not that much good, unfortunately. So definitely company don't wanna sponsor.
so my next question is, let's say someone has passed the initial screening, now the different steps of interviews.
Mhm.
So what are your suggestions to get better prepared for those interviews?
So generally interview are kind of three step, I would say. Sometimes it's like uh, although can be like 7 8 stage interview. First recruiter gonna call you if after application, if they feel like you are a suitable candidate. And if recruiter call you, that means that's mean a lot, I would say, because you are kind of like, let's say, I would say you are now top 10. Otherwise they will not call you. In recent days, like hundreds of thousands people are moving to industry, and like a lot of competition. So uh, I would say if recruiter call you, that means you are on their list, and you are kind of like in top 10. So after recruiter, generally if recruiter satisfied with you, and generally recruiter question is kind of like they try to understand you know everything about job description. One of a recruiter once asked me, tell me out of 10 how much score you gonna give you in term of this job description. I said like I will give 9 out of 10 because I know actually everything, but I'm not experienced to work in your setup, so that's why I give me 9. Otherwise, I can give you 10 of 10. But generally, recruiter, they are not like a PhD holder, or like they sometimes they don't have biological science background, so they kind of ask you general question, very general question. Anyone can answer, and they wanna see your confidence. Even I would recommend to know in details. You can search in Google and YouTube what a general question recruiter asked. That will also help to prepare you. Then, if I move to number two step, uh, generally your manager gonna call you. I mean, they call hiring
Okay.
manager. So this person generally will be your supervisor or manager, whatever. So he actually kind of very specific. He
Mhm.
specifically want, for example,
So you mean this is the second step of interview?
yes,
Okay.
second step of interview. I generalize as step one with recruiter, step two with your hiring manager, and
Mhm.
step three will be with kind of like top management, sometimes director. Uh, they will occasionally meet you if you join in that company. So hiring manager is kind of very specific. Maybe in job description they mention like, let's say, 10 different type of technique, but in real world, only when you join, you will not work on 10 different technique. Maybe like 3 or 4 technique you will work on. So manager, a hiring manager specifically will ask you specific question on these 4 5 different technique that you're gonna work
Okay.
in your work site. And I would say in hiring manager question will be kind of very basic, and he will like try to understand you actually practically you are capable to do that or not. And
Okay.
one question is kind of you cannot answer if you don't do any essay. For example, if I talk about like Western Board or QPCR, hiring manager will ask very basic question like troubleshooting type, or like how you troubleshoot something, what you did, how to do QPCR, what you see, so that he try to understand that you are capable to do that. And another thing, he also see like your soft skills, so that you can fit with within his team. So that is another important thing.
Next question is about for someone who are already in a job and they want to change the job. So what do you think when someone should consider changing the job, and if they decide to change it, what should they look for in a different company when they want to change it?
So you mean any person who already in job, right? In
Yes,
industry or in academia?
industry,
In
industry.
okay. One of my friend actually say every 2 years you should change job in USA. That's the way you can increase your salary. uh, but actually that is happening to me, because my last two job was like almost 2 years, then I switch and then I switch. But if you, I would say, if you're happy with your manager and team, you may continue. And also if you get good increment, And if you feel that your manager always appreciate you, then you should stay in that company. And if you feel like company is stable, you should continue with that company. But if you feel like you don't have good term with your manager, or you like don't have good relation with your team, and company situation is not good, like that happened to my with my previous employer. Like I saw a lot of layoff. I lost some of my colleague due to layoff, and also I feel like my job was also not secured. And I feel like people are like switching uh, their job. So then I realized I should also think about my future, because if I fired or laid off, then definitely it will take some time. And also
Okay.
another important thing is, if you feel like yearly increment is not good, like they don't give you promotion, or
Hmm.
increment is not good, then definitely you can take a look for better opportunity. I think everyone should
Okay,
uh, take a look for that.
got it. So, okay, another common question is that the recommendations and the connections, so do they have any real impact, or how they can help to get a job or to change a job?
Um, yeah, I would say it help actually. If you have recommendation, for example, if you apply to a company and you know your friend or senior is there, I would say use that recommendation. That helps, because my understanding is in USA, even with my present employer, with my present manager, it happened. He talked with one of my colleague with my previous employer, and luckily he gave me very good recommendation. So this type of positive recommendation always help. For example, if you apply to a company, then you already have some familiar person like friend or anyone over there. If that person tell hiring manager, he's my friend, he's good person, or uh, make some positive impression about you, that's definitely helpful. And also
Okay,
in small company, like a startup or other things, sometimes if you have friend there, they can directly forward your CV to hiring manager, and you can get job there. I saw that happen in the past too.
okay, got it. So, give us some idea about different positions that are open for PhD students that are graduating recently, or postdocs. It might be different departments. What are those different type of work or different departments that are available?
For PhD holder and postdoc, most of the time, I would say like
Mm,
80-90% time, they hired in a research and development department, R&D department.
okay.
Some company have different name like MSAT, or method service, something like that, or they also say MSNT. But ultimately,
Mm,
that's kind of like a method development, like let's say qPCR method development, something like that. But most of the time also research and development, like it can be drug development type, or
mm,
also method development type. uh, this is kind of common. But nowadays, some PhD holder also hired in manufacturing team, and also quality control. For example, I am now working in quality control. I have, I would say, 50-60% routine work, 30-40% troubleshooting. Over there, I can utilize my PhD and postdoc experience. And in some company, when I joined in NGO specifically, in manufacturing area, they prefer PhD holder actually, because their manufacturing was not like routine manufacturing following SOP. They have a lot of troubleshooting. So I would say, if I summarize my answer, it will be R&D, manufacturing, and quality control.
now, give us some idea about the work-life balance in an industry career. You can mention a little bit about the challenges in a industry job. that you're facing or someone may face, not necessarily you are facing?
Okay. So that's actually kind of combo type question, right?
Yeah,
First of all, like work-life balance, and then the challenges, right? So
yeah,
I would say work-life balance is really good, really good. With my last three employer in three different biotech company, I always saw people come like let's say 8 and they leave at 4, or people who come at 9 they leave at 5. It's kind of like just strict 8 hours job, and they work for 8 hours maximum, like 8 to 9 hours mostly. So some people who start like around 7, they leave office at 3. So I really love that. So and then after that you can spend your entire time with your family, and even your supervisor, no one will call you, because in industry setup most of the work is kind of like routine type work, right? Some are troubleshooting, but uh, I'm actually, when I'm talking mostly quality control department things, because that's how quality control run. I know some R&D people have some presentation, they sometimes have academia flavor, but still it's far better than academia. They don't have to go to office over the weekend. They Most of the people I know, and the experience that I already have, is kind of 8 hours job, 5 day job. Saturday, Sunday, you never have to go to office. Rarely, if you go, like maybe once or twice a year, and you have lot of vacation and leave, paid leave. So I would say like it's kind of more than a month. Excluding Saturday, Sunday. So that holiday you can enjoy over the year, and long
okay,
weekend. So all the time you can spend your time with your family. And also another important thing that I mentioned, pay wise, that is definitely better than academia most of the time. But I know in academia who goes to top position like PI, their situation is different. But here also, if you move to better position like manager, director, your payment is really good. So that's the good thing. Like you have really good work-life balance, and the challenges, I would say, uh, when anyone come from academia after completing PhD and postdoc. Here, you have to maintain time like 9 to 5, because sometimes we have meeting, we have to interact with different department. For me, I am kind of familiar with that, because before I start my PhD, I'm used to it industry experience. So and I love that. I love to be on site like around 9, and then come out of office after 5. So but I know some people wanna go as per their standard, like academia. I can remember during my PhD, I sometimes go late and work until midnight. But in industry, it does not work. You have to be punctual, and you have to work like 9 to 5. And also challenging things for fresh PhD and postdoc. I know during that time we work in very limited area, and we are busy with our own project. But here you will have a goal as a like company, as a team. So you have to interact with other team. Sometimes you have to lead the team, and sometimes you have to work as part of team. So that I feel like challenging. And also another thing, I feel most of uh, the people who come from PhD and after postdoc, we have some lacking in soft skill. I know some people are different, but this is kind of general. We are kind of like try to do our individual work, but in industry it will not work. You have to be a very good team person. You have to
okay,
get help from other, and you have to be very helpful and kind to other people.
got it. So here I have an additional question. So how does the ladder looks like promotion in next after 5 years, let's say I don't want to change my company. If I stay in one company,
Mhm.
how does the promotion wise the ladder looks like after 5 years or 10 years? Uh, that's one part of the question, and then other part is, let's say, how long it may take to get my boss's position.
Okay, so it's actually depends on your skill. I would say
Okay.
hard skill and soft skill. So if you are qualified enough, you can get promotion within 2 to 3 years. I saw people younger than me; they are now in supervisor position. I saw people kind of like 20 years senior than me, but we are in same position now. So it depends on your skill, and also if you want. I know some people they don't want management role. They don't want to supervise other people. Say they don't want to take extra burden or headache. So in general, this ladder is look like, let's say, after PhD you start as scientist or senior scientist, then you can be like principal scientist, or you can be supervisor. If I give example like quality control, in quality control now, I am working as senior quality control specialist. My next position will be supervisor, but for now I don't want to be supervisor because it's kind of managing people is sometimes really tough, and I feel like I still wanna spend time in the lab, and maybe after a couple of years I may change my mind. So after senior scientist or senior specialist, you can be a supervisor. Even if I want, I can apply for supervisor position to another company, and I can be a supervisor or manager too. And after that, I can be a director, senior director, like head of quality control, like head of global quality control. So it actually depends on how uh, I think and what I want also. And definitely is I saw some people they don't have PhD, they have masters, but they know a lot of things. They have good leadership skill. So now they are already in director position as well. So I would say if you have good skill set, both technique wise, good writing skill, and good soft skill, leadership skill, you can be in good position within 4 or 5 years.
Okay, thank you. So layoffs are pretty common nowadays, and it can happen to anybody in an industry setting. So, how can someone stay prepared for that? And what are your suggestions for this kind of situation?
Uh, that is actually a very important question, I would say. For any company, when even layoff happen, they still keep some employee, right? It's not like a company got banished, they don't have employee at all. So they will keep only the best employee, right? So I would say try to be that employee so that your team or your department depend on you, so that you are not get fired. That's the one thing. But layoff can happen to anyone. I saw one lot of my potential friend. Unfortunately, they got fired. They got laid off. They completed their PhD from USA, and I know them. They're really hardworking guy, but as company decided to banish some department or some position, they got laid off. So when generally good company decided to laid off some employee, they have some severance package, I mean benefit package for 6 months, sometimes for 3 months. I would say within 3 to 6 months, anyone can get job in USA. This is kind of very common. If you're actively looking for a job, within 3 to 6 months, anyone should get job. So there's the one thing. And another thing is, I would say always keep some saving at least for 3 to 6 months, just in case if you get laid off,
Mm.
so that you are not in like very tough situation. If you have good saving for 5 6 months, you can use that, or you can do some part-time job. And also looking for job is also a full-time job. I would say you can do that too.
Right. So overall, thank you so much. for sharing all this information, your insight, your experiences with everyone. I really think that this information will be helpful for many job seekers around the country. Thank you so much for coming here.
You're welcome. You're welcome, and I really appreciate that you invite me to share some of my experience that I have. And a last one point I wanna say, this is kind of like after interview kind of bonus point I would say. So
Sure.
uh, in one of your question you are asking about interview step. So I would say if you google or if you search in youtube, there are really good uh, tutorial videos, question and answer for interview preparation in usa. They are very informative. You can search in youtube like how to prepare for interview with recruiter, how to prepare for interview with hiring manager, how to prepare for interview with top management, uh,
Okay.
something like that. Then you will find a lot of video, and I would say watch all of them, and then you can select some of them. And finally, finding job or looking for job is another full-time job, so you have to spend a lot of time on that, and
Mm,
best of luck for that.
that was a really good bonus point. All right, dear audience, thank you for listening to us. I hope it will help you in your next step. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Banna. Take care.